After days of protests by truckers against COVID rules at the Ambassador Bridge in Ontario, a standoff between the Canadian police and protesters continued on Saturday. The demonstrators, who are opposing the government's strict pandemic restrictions, occupied the Ambassador Bridge for fifth straight day, snarling international trade. In a bid to break the ongoing bridge blockade, police pushed back protesters from the foot of the Ambassador Bridge, but flouting police orders, more and more people started streaming into the area, while there were a few who drove away from the Ambassador Bridge, spanning the river between Detroit, Windsor and Ontario. There were hundreds of protesters arrived to reinforce the crowd and settled into a face-off with police.
If they want to grab us and hook us up and take us away, so be it. There will be no violence, there will be no resistance. I might tip my butt on the ground, they might have to drag me to the paddy wagon, but so be it. But I will not resist and I will not fight.
The scuffle between the police and the protesters took place after a judge on Friday granted injunction against Ambassador Bridge blockade, making it clear that blocking the border crossing will be deemed as a criminal offence, which could further lead to seizure of vehicles and the inability to enter United States. However, in defiance of new warnings to end the blockade, scores of protesters spent the night at the bridge, chanting slogans of freedom and holding placards which read, and I quote, "We have a constitutional right to protest. It is our human right."
There's a barrier in the middle of the road, and it's not us. Peace sign's the only sign that matters. It's a travesty. We have a constitutional right to protest. It's a human right, and they're trying to deny it. And they're trying to give us some mischief nonsense. Meanwhile, the government's been up to mischief for 2 years. 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, it's all too much.
The Ambassador Bridge, which has become a focal point in the ongoing truckers' protest in Canada, is North America's busiest land border crossing and is a major thoroughfare for commerce. It carries 25% of all trade between Canada and the United States. Earlier, U.S. President Joe Biden reiterated his concerns to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, asserting on how the blockade of the Ambassador Bridge is having serious effects on U.S. firms. Meanwhile, with the Freedom Convoy protesters entering its third weekend of demonstrations, scores of protesters gathered in Toronto on Saturday against vaccine mandates, holding signs and flags during a rally march.
More Canadians need to wake up and realize that our freedoms are being stripped away. It is not normal for us to wear masks all day, okay? I'm sick and tired of it. I'm a teacher. Students in their classroom, they're sick and tired of it too.
Convoy protests, which started in the capital Ottawa by Canadian truckers, has entered its 17th day and is now slowly turning into a global movement. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.